For the cheapest coins with fast delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor, Red Zone Coins, and use code SWIFT at checkout for 20% off.
So Swift family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 20 video on the channel. And in today's video, I'm showing you how you can get some free training in Madden 20 Ultimate Team. This is going to be a really easy method that you can do to get free training. You might have seen it on YouTube earlier today, but if you haven't, this will be very, very helpful, and it's something that you should definitely hop on right now to get your free training. Now, before I do get into the video though, all I ask of you guys is to hit that like button down below. Let's see if we can hit 1,000 likes on this video. I usually don't put like goals on my videos, usually only on the coin methods, but hey, I decided to put one on for this training video, so let's see if we can hit 1K likes down below. That would be absolutely awesome. Also, if you have any Madden related questions, I know a lot of you guys have Madden related questions. I reply to any comments within the first 30 minutes of me posting this video, so if you're watching this early, definitely comment any Madden related questions. And if you are not watching this early, either you don't have your noties on or you are not subscribed, and those are two things that you definitely need to change if you don't have those on. So if you aren't yet subscribed with the notification bell on, definitely be sure to do so. It would be greatly appreciated. The growth on the channel recently has been incredible. But let's get into this method right here. And if you guys didn't know, they actually released these NFL playoff predictions. Now, as you can see in the overview right here, it says you basically select which team you think is going to win, and you earn bonus trading if you correctly select the teams that you're going to think are going to win the game. Now, when you're selecting these teams, all you basically have to do so is you'll come into the solo challenges menu right here. You're going to scroll all the way up until you see the NFL playoff predictions, which is going to be right here. And then essentially what you do is you play whichever solo challenge you think is accurate for the game. So for example, Titans and Ravens right here, you can either pick between the Titans one right here or the Ravens one right here. Exact same thing with the Chiefs and the Texans. You'll basically play whichever solo challenge you believe is going to win. So if I thought the Texans were going to win, I would play this solo right here. Now, these solos are full games, but they're really easy, so you basically could just chew clock the entire time. Should take about 12 minutes to get these done. I'm going to actually get these done probably tonight. And basically pick which teams I think are going to win. I'm going to pick which teams I think are personally going to win in today's video. So if you guys keep on watching for the next couple minutes, I'll actually be selecting the winners of these games. And you can go off of my predictions, or you can just use your own thoughts to pick whichever team you think is going to win. Now, when it comes down to these solos, like I said before, they're really easy to do, but when you're picking, you're not actually picking which team's going to go all the way. These are just single game selections. So you don't have to pick teams strategically to be like, oh, I think that this team's going to win the Super Bowl. You're just picking the games. As you can see on the card, when you do get the token, you're basically just going to get a token when you complete the solo. And it basically says that you get your rewards on the 11th, and the 11th is, I believe, the day after all of the games are done. So it wouldn't make sense that you'd be picking a team for after the Super Bowl if you were getting the rewards on the 11th. I believe these are going to be available after every single round. As you can see, it also says divisional on these playoff predictions. So you should be able to make these predictions again in the next coming rounds. I'm really curious to see how much training you get from this. Maybe it's like 1,000 training if you get it right, which is pretty solid. So I'm going to be picking the games right now live on the video. Now, you can go off of what I think, you can go off of what you think, but essentially what I mean by picking is I'm going to be picking the winner and basically be picking which solo challenge I'm going to be playing out of these. So out of the first game right here, we have Titans and Ravens. I'm going to go with the Ravens in this game, kind of just playing the probabilities. Although the Titans honestly have been very impressive recently, I'm going to have to go with the Ravens in this one, just because, I mean, they're playing at home. I see them putting up a decent amount of points and kind of making the Titans have to start passing the ball. If the Titans get down by like a couple scores, that seems like it's the way you're able to beat them. But similarly with the Ravens, honestly, if the Titans can get up by a couple scores on the Ravens, I think they'll be able to force them to play an uncomfortable style. But in my opinion, going with the Ravens in this game, this is actually kind of a hard game to predict in my opinion, just because the Titans have been really impressive recently. Very impressive win against the Patriots last weekend. That was really impressive. But I'm going with the Ravens, so I'm going to be playing this solo right here. Now, next one right here, Chiefs or Texans. In my opinion, this is an easy pick. I'm rolling with the Chiefs right here. I really love the way the Chiefs have been playing recently. Their defense has impressed me a ton. I think they'll be able to make Deshaun Watson maybe throw a couple interceptions. And the Chiefs offense has also really been humming. Like you guys have also seen in the playoffs, Deshaun Watson and the Texans are incredibly inconsistent in the playoffs. And unlike when they're playing the Bills, where they kind of got a get out of jail free card because the Bills didn't put up that many points on them in the first half when they played pretty poorly, I believe the Chiefs will kind of put them out of their misery if the Texans do have a bad half or even just a bad quarter. The Chiefs could be able to get up to a decent sized lead, and then I don't think the Texans would be able to come back. Also, the Chiefs have been able to run the ball a little bit more effectively, so that's a little bit positive right there. Now, next game, this one also I think is relatively easy to predict. I'm going with the 49ers in this one. The 49ers, as you guys can see, I'm a Saints fan. Unfortunately, the Vikings did beat us last weekend, but having played both of these teams honestly have a very similar play style with the way they play on offense and the way they play on defense. But the 49ers are basically just a better version of the Vikings, in my personal opinion. So I'm going to be going with the 49ers in this one. Honestly, the Vikings, Kirk Cousins, while he did make a couple big-time throws, the Saints never really forced him into a situation where he had to throw the ball like every play on a drive, or like even just 2 plays out of 3. They were running the ball like 2 times and then passing it on 3rd down and 3rd and short. If you can force them, I feel like, into a situation where they have to pass, which would happen if maybe the 49ers can get up by like 2 scores, I feel like the Vikings would crumble. I also really love Kyle Shanahan, incredible play caller. The 49ers have honestly been dominant recently. They've been in some close games at the end, but I mean, they've been a really, really good team recently. I really like the way they play. They run the ball effectively. Jimmy Garoppolo's been able to pass the ball pretty effectively. And Kyle Shanahan's an incredible play caller. Then on the defensive side of the ball, I feel like they'll be able to stop the run, force the Vikings to maybe get one-dimensional, and if they can do that, it's kind of over. That seems like it's the formula you use to beat the Vikings. Whereas if the 49ers have to pass the ball, I feel like they're a little bit more effective at doing so. So I'm going to be picking the 49ers in this one, and again, I don't think it's that tough. So far, these picks have been relatively easy, I would like to say. I've picked all the home teams, so that's also another strategy you could use. You could just go by probabilities, pick all the home teams, but that's actually not what I'm going to be doing in this pick. For the final one, I'm going to be taking the Hawks. We have an incredible rematch. If you guys remember, these 2 teams played in the playoffs. How long ago was it? Like 3 years ago. That was an incredible game in Seattle. I believe that was when the Seahawks had their kicker throw for a touchdown and they made an incredible comeback at the end. Russell Wilson scrambling around on the 2-point conversion. But I'm going with the Seahawks in this one. Like you guys have heard me say, I think the Packers are really overrated. Sorry to any Packers fans out there. I just think you guys are pretty overrated. So I'm going with the Seahawks in this one. I mean, again, I'm just going with my gut. I'm taking the Seahawks in this one. I really like Russell Wilson in the playoffs. I think he's going to be tough to beat in the playoffs. They were in control against the Eagles for basically the whole game. It did end up being close, but I would say they were in control for basically the whole game there. So I'm taking the Seahawks in this one. But I mean, if the Packers can get out to a lead, like a lead of like 10 points or something like that, and unleash their pass rushers and Aaron Jones can really get loose, that's how I could see the Packers winning this one. But I'm going to pick the Hawks to win. So yeah, just a quick recap. You basically pick which team you think is going to win and then play that specific solo challenge assigned to the team. You're going to get a token, which basically looks like what should be on the thumbnail. You'll see you basically get a token that looks like that. And that token is then going to be able to convert into training points on the 11th, I believe. Yeah, the 11th is when it will be able to convert into training points. Not sure how much training it'll be able to convert to. Hopefully, I'm hoping it's like 1,000 training, because then if you pick them all right and get 4,000 training, that'd be pretty awesome. Even if you just pick like 2 right and get 2,000 training, that's also pretty solid because it's only taking you about 10 to 12 minutes to actually play this solo in full and then be able to actually get the rewards. I have 2 little packs that'll just open up. They're Hail Marys. You guys probably don't want to see it, but I didn't really get to play much Weekend League this weekend because I was traveling from my home to school and then watch the Saints, and then of course after we lost I wasn't doing anything other than eating ice cream and sitting in bed. So all I've got is a couple Hail Mary packs, a couple golds out of that. I'll take it. Honestly, I'm just quick selling them. Let's open up the next one. Maybe we get an elite pool. That'd be pretty fire, but that'd be pretty unlikely as well. So yeah, that's basically gonna do it for the video and how you get free training. Let me know who you think is gonna win and which teams you are picking for this divisional round. Let me know if you agree with my picks. Let me know if I'm an idiot, because honestly, so far in my playoff bracket that I posted a video on, we have not been doing very well, but I'm a bit more confident in these picks than I am in the wildcard picks. I mean, the only games, I think the games I could see myself being wrong on could be the Packers game. I could see the Packers winning at home, and could be the Titans game in my opinion. The other two, I'm pretty confident in my picks for those two games. So yeah, that is essentially going to do it for the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you've made it to the end and you have not hit that like button, what are you doing? Hit that like button. And like I said, if you have any Madden related questions, feel free to hit me up in the comment section. Also, I'm doing a 100,000 coin giveaway on Twitter. I posted that yesterday, so if you guys aren't following me there, it should be my pinned tweet. I have the Twitter link in the description. So if you've made it to the end of the video, go enter that giveaway. I only have like 40 people that have entered it, so you'd have a pretty solid chance at winning if you have a Twitter account. So check that out. Link will be in the description. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day, a good Tuesday. And yeah, until next time, fellas, I'm out. Have a good one. Peace.
It means no worries.